Welcome to the show. This is your host George, and today we're going to be discussing something very, very important. But before that, Gino is our host again. I mean, we're hosting Gino again, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification indication, and questions in the comments. So, again, Mr. Gino called you Professor, right? Yes, Professor. Today we have Professor again, and we are going to be discussing something very, very important today. It's called the question we all have: infections. Yes. So I want to ask on behalf of our viewers today: what are these infections, or what does it mean? Infections. We hear it a lot.
Thank you so much for hosting me again.
Yes.
Glad to be here. When someone talks about infections, it simply means when you get in contact with the pathogens. Pathogens in simple terms, germs.
Germs.
They are the disease-causing germs.
Okay.
And these can be bacteria, can be viruses, can be parasites. So when it is a virus, we call it a viral infection. When it is a bacteria, we call it bacterial infection. Parasite, you can call it a parasitic infection. So that's when you get in contact with those, and then it manifests in your, it can be in blood,
Okay.
it can be in urine. Yeah.
Okay. So now, that's what it means. So when patients go to the hospital, they are tested, and then they say they have an infection. It can be any of those three: bacterial infection, viral infection, parasitic infection, right?
Majorly.
And majorly, and it can be in either urine or blood. Okay. So I think today let's stick with blood, because urine is, I think we'll discuss it at a later stage. Let's deal with blood. So now, let's start with the question I'd like to ask. Since we're dealing with these things in the hospital and in the lab, when you say those blood infections, because we're sticking with blood, how do you see them in the lab? How do you test for them? How do you know that someone has a viral infection, bacterial, those things that you told us? How do you test for them in the lab?
In the laboratory, we do what we call complete blood count, or some people refer to it as full blood count, which simply looks at the various blood cells. Their numbers can indicate the type of infection. For example, if somebody has a bacterial infection, there is a particular cell or blood. We're going to discuss more about maybe later. But we use blood, and then we use a machine, and we refer to it as hematology analyzer, or in simple terms, CBC machine.
CBC. Hey, yes, our viewers, you have heard it from the horse's mouth, the CBC. This is one of the tests that we normally do, right? Yeah, whenever we take our children to the hospital, one of the first things we ask for is CBC, and then they charge us a very good, hefty amount of money. Yes, but that is the one that you're discussing. So could you tell us more about this test, or how it works, or how can we know, okay, fine, bacterial infection, viral infection, yeah, those things. How does it tell you? You've said cells, something about cells. Could you tell us more about this so we can understand, as lay people, yeah, what is really going on in our children or in us when we go through this test?
Blood is a tissue, and all the tissues are made up of cells. Okay? And these cells are divided. Comes by the blood cells. We have red blood cells. We have white blood cells. We also have platelets.
Okay.
And these various types of cells have different functions in the body. For instance, the red blood cells, these ones are responsible for oxygen transportation. They carry nutrients because they have the hemoglobin part of it, which can also be identified in a CBC. The white blood cells are sometimes referred to as the lymphocytes. These ones are the immune cells. They are responsible for protecting our bodies against these infections.
Oh, yeah.
The bacteria, the viruses like about. We also have the platelets. The platelets help us to help our blood to clot. They have the clotting factors. That means in case we have a wound, then we bleed at some point the bleeding stops.
Yes.
It's because the platelets have aided the blood to clot. So there are three major types of cells in blood. Then when it comes to infections, I told you the white blood cells help us to protect our bodies against infections.
Yes.
And these white blood cells are again further divided into 5 different subtypes, I may say. And these are the neutrophils. We have the lymphocytes, we have the monocytes, we have the eosinophils, and then basophils.
Okay.
And these various types are mentioned 5. When your CBC machine is able to differentiate or able to analyze or is able to detect all the 5 cells differently, we refer to it as a 5-part or a 5-parameter machine. Then if your machine is able to only detect 3 parts, dividing like making what I mentioned is that these 5 types of cells are either granulated, that means they have small granules inside, or they are non-granulated. That means they're very small, something like that.
This is very complex. So now, our viewers, we need to pay some good bit of attention here. He has mentioned something about 5 cells, neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and basophils. Okay, and then we have talked about granulated ones and non-granulated ones. Okay. Yes, gentlemen. So proceed so we can get to know from.
Yeah. So we have 2 types of machine which can the one which can do the 5 parts, the one which can do the 3 parts. For the 3 part, it divides the 5 cells into 3. The ones that are granulated are identified differently. The ones that are not non-granulated are also identified differently. And then monocytes, for them, since they are big, they are identified as like on their own. So that makes the 3 parts.
Oh, that's why they call it 3 parts.
Yeah. So when we do this test, we use blood, and the blood is whole blood.
Yes.
That means the blood direct from vein, okay, which you put into the machine. Then the machine is going to analyze for, is going to read for your cells, and then gives you a report. And that report, it will be very useful to the doctor or the clinician who has requested for the test, for him to diagnose, help him to diagnose whether this is a viral infection, whether it's a bacterial infection, whether it's a parasitic infection, depending on which cells, which of those 5 cells are higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've told us that depending on which cells are higher and lower, will tell us which type of infection will tell the doctor. So now, could you let us know? We know the doctors will tell us that, okay, you have this infection, they'll give you this medication, right? But so now for you, would you help us break down these cells and what exactly they mean? For example, if neutrophils, you talk about neutrophils, and they are high, what does it mean? Yeah, so help us understand that.
When neutrophils are many in blood, that means they have come many in number to fight infection. What we need to know here is that before these cells increase in number, there has to what? Infection. So the neutrophils help us to identify the infection. In this case, is the bacteria, because for them their function is to fight bacterial infection. Okay, to fight bacteria in other words. So the increase in number means that they have come many. They have been recruited to come and fight the enemy, and the enemy in this case is bacteria. Then when lymphocytes come in place, when they come in large numbers, that means there's an enemy. And an enemy in this case are the viruses. Okay?
Okay.
The viruses can be HIV, can be flu, can be whatever. That's why in HIV care, they usually talk about CD4 cells. The CD4s are the T lymphocytes, something like that, which I'm not going to go into details.
Yes.
So, for parasitic infections, we usually have elevations in the eosinophils.
Eosinophils.
Eosinophils will be elevated. Okay, the numbers will be high because they are coming to fight an enemy. An enemy in this case is a parasite. The parasite can be malaria parasite. We discussed malaria last time.
Okay.
It can be another parasite, but when there's a parasitic infection, the eosinophils are going to rise. And then the other one is the basophils. Basophils, for them, they come when there's inflammation. Inflammation in simple terms means when there's a swelling. And the swelling can occur because of an infection. Okay? So any type of swelling, any type of infection that causes swelling is going to raise the number of basophils. Then among them all, I say the biggest are the monocytes. Since they are big, they are going to come and then clear whatever has been fought. Okay? Like when the neutrophils have fought the bacteria, the lymphocytes have fought the viruses, then the monocyte will come and clear the way so that the body remains free from this pathogen.
So you're trying to say that these are the big ones, the monocytes. These are clean. So when we have finished fighting the war and everything, they come and clean the place. Monocytes are very useful cells. Okay, so now people we have had this. Neutrophils, you said they are fight bacteria. The lymphocytes, they fight viruses. Eosinophils, parasitic infections, and basophils are for allergic reactions. So now, when the doctor tells us, when we go to see a doctor, and he tells us that your child has an allergic reaction, which means when he sees that report, he sees that the basophils are raised, so now this is how they see it, and then they give us the medication that is required. Okay, that is some very good information. So now, our guests, I think you've gotten a bit of information about these cells or how our body fights off infection, which is very, very much, very, very useful. So right now, I want us to have, if we have any questions on the show for now, let us put it down in the comments so that we can actually read those and have them answered for you in the next show. So as of today, let's end the show here. Thank you very much.